Welcome to the feature match area here at GP Atlanta. Maria Bartholdi in the booth alongside Marshall Sutcliffe. We see Matthias Hunt on the left side of your screen, Daniel Ward on the right, both players 5-0. Matthias, local to Minneapolis, noted Magic personality, former Rookie of the Year.
Indeed.
Daniel opens things up with an aerial responder, 2-3 flying lifelink vigilance, aka Vampire Whitehawk.
Daniel Ward, also known as that guy that Luis did 21 damage to at the Pro Tour without attacking. Poor Daniel.
Matthias is immediately going to revoke the privileges of that aerial responder.
Yeah, smart play from Matthias. You don't want to even let that thing get rolling.
No, you do not. That guy LSP did damage
Poor
to.
Daniel.
We have a visionary augmenter from Daniel making 2 servos.
Yeah, Daniel's quite a brewer. He plays all formats. We have him do deck techs with us quite often here because he's really good talker. Like he knows these decks inside and out. He loves talking about them. He's excited about brewing, and he always brings something. Even if you think you know what his deck is, it's got a twist. It has a card that you didn't think about, and that he feels like is well positioned in. And he's had some really good success out here at the GP level as well.
Matthias Hunt's glint sleeve artisan in a good position to block all of Daniel's creatures at the current moment.
Dan is also a noted Boggles player in Modern.
He?
Yeah. But he plays some fun stuff even in the Boggles deck. Ooh, I love that card.
That's a good card. Oval Chase Daredevil.
Yeah, I'm
4-2.
a big fan.
When you can basically suicide attack it in. It goes to the graveyard. You may return it to your hand whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control. So it fits its name. It's very flavorful. Just a fantastic card. Bastion Mastodon from Matthias. 4/5. You can pay a white to give it vigilance.
Yeah, that's a big one here as well because the 4/5 just edging out the Oval Chase Daredevil, and we'll be able to hold it back unless Dan has something he can do about it. And that's a big stabilizing play there for Matthias Hunt. Like if he can keep Daniel from attacking it all this turn, it looks like he is.
Yep.
That's a big deal.
Dan is going to live fast here. Draw 2 cards, gain 2 energy, lose 2 life. There you can see Bastion Mastodon on your screen. Sometimes you just need a 4/5 for 5.
God, you know, I gotta say that the Bastion Mastodon has impressed me a lot more than I thought it would. Interestingly here, Dan has missed his land drop even after drawing a card for the turn plus live fast. 2 cards.
I see a Windrake in Matthias' hand. Cloud Blazer.
Oh, dear goodness.
Ooh. Gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, feel 2 great.
Whoa, what is going on with Matthias' shirt there? Is that a Muldrifter?
It might be.
I believe I see the majestic wing.
I thought you were going to reference his purple hat.
No, I didn't. I saw like the corner of a potential Muldrifter and was immediately distracted.
Well, are you sure you weren't just looking at the Cloud Blazer and having memories?
Oh God, maybe so.
Prophetic Prism from Daniel.
Is he missing his land drop again?
Oof.
Is he really on 8 spells in hand right now?
Looks like it.
Looks like he's got an Aviary Mechanic, so he can reduce his hand count to the requisite maximum of 7, but still, wow.
Yeah, and lots of good cards in his grip, too. So once he's able to draw out of this, if he is, he'll be able to play some good spells. Syndicate Trafficker from Daniel, 3/1. You
Good.
can pay 1, sacrifice an artifact to put a +1/+1 counter on it, and give it indestructible until end of turn.
It's really strong. And
It is.
you know, you can see he's got a Prophetic Prism and a couple of servos that don't look like they're doing a whole heck of a lot right now. He may be able to leverage that into an attacker.
Yep, there you can see it on screen. It's a rare. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, but I'm excited to play with it because it just looks like a house. Matthias getting in for 2 in the air with Cloud Blazer. Tapping 6. Wispweaver Angel. Ooh!
Oh my God.
No! He's going to flicker
He
the
did
Cloud
not
Blazer.
just do that.
That is dirty. Draws 2 cards, gains 2 more life.
How do you live with yourself, Matthias Hunt?
There's a land for Dan.
So jealous right now. Why does everybody else get to do this and I never get to do this?
I don't know, Marshall.
I haven't made this one.
Maybe you should have played 25 drafts on Magic Online. 15 wasn't enough.
I guess Matthias probably did. He earned this. I'm not ready yet.
Your soul must be ready to cast Cloud Blazer, Marshall.
Gosh.
You're typing in the chat. You're so mad. The salt is real.
No, I'm putting my Muldrifter value.
Cute. Multiform Wonder.
It'll be my day one day.
It will be, Marshall.
Hey, Danny managed to hit that 5th land, and we've got a real drag-out game. We've seen these games kind of played out in 2 different ways.
Yeah.
We've seen Renegade Freighter smashing people all aboard the pain train, and we've seen matches like this, or games like this, where it's much more drawn out.
Multiform Wonder proving to be quite a good blocker against Cloud Blazer, and in fact the Wisp Weaver Angel, if it should come to that.
I want to see acrobatic maneuver on the Wisp Weaver Angel.
Wow.
Style points.
That would be amazing.
Or the Cloud Blazer. Pick your poison.
Saheeli's Artistry. This card is insane. Choose one or both.
Oh my god.
Create a token that's a copy of target artifact. Create a token that's a copy of target creature, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types.
So he's getting a Multiform Wonder and the Wisp Weaver Angel,
Yes.
and then he's going to blink the
Yes,
Cloud
the Cloud
Blazer again?
Unless Dan responds by killing his Multiform Wonder, which has happened to me.
Which he could totally do,
Yeah.
right? He could just burn a bunch of energy to kill it.
Yeah. But no, Matthias gets one.
Matthias Hunt is my new hero.
Draws 2 more cards, gains.
This is absurd.
You want to see value, folks. Welcome to the stream.
Wow, look at those token copies. He's got the actual cards. They just have a little thing above that say token.
Yeah, that's great.
That's really sweet.
Wisp Weaver Angel coming in for the attack.
Okay, well, Dan's now hitting land drops at least.
Yeah, that's good. In hand, it seems it is an Oval Chase Dragster. You kind of want to be in the beatdown seat for that card.
Maria, guess what I just saw?
What?
Another Cloud Blazer in Matthias Hunt's hand. I just...
Oh, no!
If you hear a very loud thump and then I get very quiet, it's because I've thrown my headset on the ground and walked out of the building. I've seen all I need to see for this weekend.
It literally can't get better than this for you.
Preemptive apology to Maria for leaving her alone, but this is stupid.
You're just going to go over there and drool over the game.
This will be the 4th time a Cloud Blazer has entered the battlefield for Matthias Hunt if he casts it.
Yeah. Syndicate Trafficker gets a counter from the Prophetic Prism Sacrifice. Plays an Aetherborn Marauder. Could choose to move that counter over to make it a 3/3 lifelinker, which he does. I guess that buys him a little time.
He could try to deck Matthias. See if Matthias flies too close to the sun.
Matthias, don't Icarus yourself.
Yeah. No, Dan is actually not long for this world as it sits. Those Wisp Weaver Angels are going to do serious work in the air.
And this is something that we'll talk about later, but Blue-White Blink is not only just a Flyers deck, it's specifically a Blink deck, and we're seeing it in full glory here in Matthias's build. Yeah, I see the Cloud Blazer.
Don't do it, Matthias.
Drum roll, please. Well, first he's going to get in there. Attacks for 8.
Yeah, now Daniel can double block one of them if he'd like. He can put the Multiform Wonder as well as the Aetherborn there, the Marauder in front, and double block. And if he does that, he'll only lose 2 life total, and he could even spend another energy to give his Multiform Wonder lifelink and gain a life in this transaction, even after taking a hit from the other 4/4.
So he's lined up a double block, but Matthias has Ether Meltdown. -4, -0.
That's pretty good.
He gets 2 energy, plays it on the Multiform Wonder. Dan could have a card like Built to Last, for example.
I think that's about the only one he could have here, right?
Yep.
He's only got the 1 white mana available. It would be decent.
Ether Meltdown has really impressed me.
Yes, that card's pretty good. The difference, of course, being that it has Flash. If you took Flash off of it, I think it would still be playable, but it makes it quite good to be able to interact with combat like this.
And enchant a creature or a vehicle. Sometimes you don't want to wait around for it to be crewed.
Yeah, it looks like the Multiform Wonder got pumped there from Dan Ward, which did still get it up to the 4 power, right? That was 3 power on the Aetherborn Marauder. So that didn't work out super beautifully
Matthias
for
looks
Matthias. I think maybe a little misstep there as his Angel just ended up trading anyway, but he also lost his enchantment there. Basically just trading off for some energy there from Dan Ward, because that's what was going to happen either way.
Right. Propeller Pioneer from Matthias decides to put the Fabricate counter on the Pioneer.
Oh, I see. He actually got the Aetherborn as well in that transaction. He must have ordered them the other way. So that does make sense then.
Dan attacking with the Syndicate Trafficker.
He's doing everything he can here.
Yeah. Matthias has slow rolled the other Club Blazer in his hand.
Wait for that. Well, we'll be there in a minute. Matthias just showing off at this point. I'm impressed that Ward is still hanging around on any level.
Yeah,
here.
so am I. So Aviator Mechanic doing just what we talked about. Bouncing Visionary Augmenter back to Dan's hand. Play it again. Get some more servos.
A little more food for the Syndicate Trafficker there.
Yum.
Yummy servo. Very crunchy. And is that a Fragmentize there as well?
Oh, it looks to me.
All right, so that takes down the Revoke.
In comes the Aerial Responder once again. Back to responding.
A lot of options here for Matthias.
Oh, yeah, and he's got a full grip of cards thanks to all the times he's cast that Cloud Blazer.
Hey,
Here comes
look,
another one.
it's a Cloud Blazer. If I'm Dan Ward, I just laugh at this point.
Yeah,
I'm just like, really,
you've got
dude?
to. You've got to.
Is this real?
Gains 2 more life, draws 2 more cards. Looks to have still 3 spells in hand. Matthias going big here, sending 4 creatures into the red zone. Dan is tapped out. And he's going to put the Aerial Responder in front of the Wispweaver Angel.
Yeah, he actually has to here. Or he's pretty close to having to, so he's just going to have to chump to stay alive.
Drops to 5. Matthias plays a Windrake. Passes turn back.
Yeah, looks to be in a really good position to win this game. I mean, how could he not be, right?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what Dan would have to do to be able to
I
come
mean,
out of this, like play a cataclysmic Gearhulk.
Yeah, Fumigate also comes to mind as an
Fumigate,
option,
yeah,
but
he's just going to scoop him up.
no
Game
go.
1 to Matthias Hunt. That is a Mole Drifter shirt.
It is?
I mean, look at it. How can it not be?
I don't know. What if it says Mole to 5?
With a little sad face under it.
No, like it's a to your opponent, you know.
Oh, yeah. So let's take just a peek here at what Matthias and Dan are playing. Wonder if there's any good sideboard cards they can consider bringing in.
Looking at it now.
While you look at that, we're going to go over to have a look in.
Ooh.
Neal Oliver.
Is that a Dovinbon in the graveyard?
It sure is. Bye, Dovin.
Sure, Neal's thinking that's a pretty good place for a Dovinbon to be right now.
And there's our friend, Sky Sovereign console flagship in play for Neal. He's going to crew it with Spontaneous Artist. So Sky Sovereign, just an absolute bomb. When it attacks, deals 3 damage, target creature or planeswalker. And Malphus Doorbuster, also attacking, looks to be spending an energy so that Zach's creatures can't block.
Yikes!
Chandra's Pyro Helix doing
Looks
enough
like
damage to finish off a Servo and the Consul's Shield Guard.
Wow, and the experimental aviator is the only thing left, and it can't even
And it
block.
can't block.
Yeah.
Pass the turn back. Well, what are you going to do, Zach?
I think we might have come into the turning point on this particular match.
Scoops him up.
Okay. Forcing a game 3, it looks like.
Yes. They are all tied up 1-1. Coming back here doing shuffling. Matthias Hunt versus Dan Ward.
Matthias, I'm going to need a smile out of you, buddy, after that game.
Oh, my gosh. His deck looks so good. So good.
That was a ridiculous showing.
I mean, how do you feel, Marshall, when you're Sealed Pool, 2 Cloud Blazers, Wisp-Weaver Angel? I mean, I'm just like...
I mean, I wouldn't know. You know.
I mean, hypothetically.
I wouldn't have any idea about that, but I would feel good in the theoretical world where that's the case. 2 Revoke Privileges, 2 Propeller Pioneer, which has been really good, a Glint Sleeve Artisan, and a Gear Shift Ace. Interestingly, we do see Matthias is playing 2 copies of Fragmentize in his main deck. 2 copies. I think that's a little risky.
Yep.
But here in Sealed World, it's probably right. Gear Seeker Serpent, a Glint Nest Crane, Saheeli's Artistry, which is the card we saw kind of really blow things out of the water there. Yep. A Select for Inspection Windrake, the double Cloud Blazer. And then for artifacts, there's a Fleet Wheel Cruiser, a Filigree Familiar, a Consulate Skygate, so he had to go a little deep there. A Bastion Mastodon, which we saw, and then the Prophetic Prism. So deck looks great. He also chose to run 18 lands in this deck. Did Matthias, and I'm into it, man.
9th Bridge Patrol for Dan Ward. It's a 1/1. Whenever one of your creatures leaves the battlefield, gets a +1/+1 counter. That card can get out of control.
Can. Looked like it would have been pretty good last game, just given how many little servos and stuff Dan had. But
I bet Matthias wants that card in his deck.
Yeah, everything's leaving play. Uh-oh.
Choo choo! Here comes the pain train.
Uh-oh.
Renegade Freighter.
This is one of the ways that Daniel can really combat what Matthias is doing, because he is trying to get up to 5 mana. He is trying to set up some kind of tricky stuff.
Filigree Familiar for Matthias gains a couple of life. Oh,
No, that doesn't work that way.
Crew cost of 2 on the Renegade Freighter.
That's right. And right now, the 9th Bridge Patrol is only a 1/1, so he's going to have to play a 2-powered creature first, and he does.
There we go. Aerial Responder. Train cracks in for 5. Yeah, that's the strength of these vehicles. You can play a creature, crew it, even though it has summoning sickness.
Yeah, the Aerial Responder does have summoning sickness, but you can tap it to pay costs, which is what Daniel did here.
So this is where Matthias' 2 copies of Fragmentize are really going to look like all-stars. If he manages to have any in his hand.
Very true. He's also just 1 turn away from the critical Cloud Blazer turn.
Yes. Everybody get your popcorn out.
Oh,
How many will
God.
he cast this game?
No kidding.
There's Fleet Wheel Cruiser.
But he's going to leave it back as a potential blocker here, it looks like.
Fleet Wheel Cruiser is a 5-3. Dan playing Gear Shift Ace. That's
Ooh,
nice.
that's really nice. That's going to make a beautiful attack with the Pain Train, the Renegade Freighter down there. Now it gets first strike.
First strike.
And it has trample and +1/+1 when it attacks. So huge hits here.
Yes, Matthias has no good blocks.
Let's see if he has found himself the dreaded Cloud Blazer and if it's good enough here.
I see a Gear Seeker Serpent in his hand.
He can cast that.
Yep. 5-6. It's a big body.
Yeah, that would be better than a Cloud Blazer at this point, dare I say.
He's going to play it. Costs 7 naturally, but has affinity for artifacts.
Oh, look at this.
Pressure point.
Tap down the Serpent.
Draw a card. Wow. That Serpent will not be blocking the train.
Negative. Now, he does still need to find a way to finish this game off, though. If he gets in for everything here, he will have a pretty clean route to victory in the air. He's attacking for 7, and he'll have a 2-powered flyer in the air, assuming that Matthias doesn't make a flyer that can block the area responder. That could be enough. Additionally, Daniel has, you can see, 5 lands here and some cards in hand, so he could also just play another couple of creatures. And if Matthias doesn't block, which he's going to chump block here. That's going to soak up 3 of the damage. Oh, it is
Impeccable
not.
timing.
Wow.
Yikes. And built to last.
And built to last. Oh, my God.
Daniel Ward takes that game, tying things up 1 game apiece. Matthias Hunt, Daniel Ward tied at 1-1 here in round 6.
Whoa.
Wow.
That was a nice sequence there. End step pressure point, attack with everything, impeccable timing, kill your creature. Remember, creatures with trample will carry their damage over. Even if the other creature disappears, then it all carries over. That was going to put Matthias to 2, but he had the pup spell.
Yeah.
Built to last. Looking a lot more like built to smash that time, though, and
Absolutely.
takes it down. Wow.
All right, let's peek in over here with Neal and Zach, both tied at 1-1. Malphus Doorbuster on the table for Neal versus Janjeet Sentry on the table for Zach, as well as an Aviary Mechanic and an Ether Theorist. 5 energy for Zach as well. That Janjeet Sentry can do some work tapping down one of Neal's creatures for 2 energy. Malphus Doorbuster, one of the best named or worst named cards in this set, depending how you look at it.
Best. Just saying it is fun. Like, it's a really sweet named card.
Muscle Smash Face.
Yeah.
Getting in there.
It's like the Aviary Mechanic is going to be on You Can't Block duty.
Do you know Malphus Doorbuster's flavor text?
No.
Knock, knock, too late.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Looks like Zach contemplating a scry with the Ether Theorist?
It doesn't seem to be a big reason to do it now. He can do it anytime he wants, and he may have more information about what Neal Oliver's done with his turn and what he needs to find, so he may as well wait if he's going to do it. Looks like he didn't do it at all, though.
All right, we're going to take a break here. We'll certainly let you know what happens in this match, but we're going to get back to Matthias Hunt versus Daniel Ward, Game 3. Matthias starting things off with a Gear Shift Ace. Dan plays 9th Bridge Patrol. Getting in with the Gear Shift for 2, first strike. Prophetic Prism for Matthias is going to draw a card. Dan swings for 1. Mind Rots, Matthias.
Okay.
That's probably out of the board.
Yeah, that is. That's interesting, though. That's he's trying to fight that fight. You know, one Cloud Blazer erases a Mind Rot quite nicely, and we've seen that Matthias has the ability to completely overpower a card like Mind Rot. But, wow, look at this.
When those are your discards off Mind Rot.
That was Malfunction. This probably would signal that Matthias may be a little light on lands.
Could.
Yeah, he is. He actually just top decked that land and didn't have any more in his hand. So he basically discarded 2 of his more expensive spells. And I think he's going to play a Propeller Pioneer here.
Yep. Going to put the counter right on the Pioneer.
It makes sense. He's definitely in a position to race here. Dan Ward, all he's produced is 1 power. The Mind Rot last turn got a couple of nice spells, but that's not slowing Matthias down as far as building out his board, and it certainly did for Dan. I mean, he did nothing last turn, you know, to the board.
And that's the perils of playing a card like Mind Rot. Sometimes you have to do it because your opponent has bombs, you know, you can't answer. But sometimes you just play it and nothing really happens.
That whole doing nothing for the turn thing will get you. Now, this is a little bit suspicious from Matthias' standpoint.
Yeah, I think that's
the 9th Bridge Patrol did not attack. Now, that makes decent sense. There's a 3/2 flyer. But he just didn't play anything? Turn 4?
Impeccable timing is what I'm thinking if I'm Matthias right now.
I am too. He also saw impeccable timing last game, and he does have it.
There it is. Down goes the Propeller Pioneer. And in comes Wildfast Wingsmith. 3/3. Doesn't have flying unless Matthias has an artifact enter the battlefield. Impeccable timing, just some card that you always want to have if you're playing white.
Yeah, it's nice.
Glint Sleeve Artisan makes a servo, passes back the turn. There's a Cloud Blazer from Matthias.
Oh, there goes that Mind Rot.
Yep. Gains 2 life, draws 2 cards.
Matthias is going to be sad, though, because that Angel is in his graveyard.
Yeah. He had to do it, though. I mean.
Yeah. This is aggressive.
Wow. Is this pressure point from Dan?
Yeah. He also may just want to draw the card off of it.
That's
you do
true.
see that fairly often.
Taps down the Wingsmith. Foundry Screecher from Dan. It is a 3/1 flyer.
Mm-hmm. As long as that servo's around.
Foundry Screecher, just a really sensible, like, black flyer.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Deeply fine.
Also squares up quite nicely if Matthias is just going to be playing flyers that don't have a lot of toughness.
Yeah, this creature trading off in the air here could do a pretty good job.
Another Glint Sleeve Artisan enters the battlefield, also bringing a servo along with it.
Yeah,
pushing that Wingsmith up into the air. Ether Meltdown from Matthias. -4, -0 on that Screecher. Gets 2 energy. Ninth Bridge Patrol gets a counter out of that exchange.
Gosh, is that really the first creature he's had leave the battlefield?
Yeah.
All right.
I wonder why only the 9th bridge needs a patrol. The other bridges are fine.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 11 bridges.
How do you... Oh, you're reading the flavor text?
Yeah, these are important things, Marshall.
Oh, no.
Okay, so the consulate does keep watch at each of the 11 bridges. All right. All right, I feel a lot better. Feel a lot more secure. even though I don't quite agree with everything the consulate is up to. Most notably fumigating gremlins. How dare they? Is that servo attacking?
It's in.
All right. Cog Worker's Puzzle Knot for Dan. Gets to create another servo.
Cheeky
Passes
little
back.
attack there from Dan Ward. Chip in there with the servo.
Matthias didn't take the bait, if it was bait, and block with his glint sleeve artisan.
Mm-hmm.
Fleet Wheel Cruiser. 5-3, trample haste. Comes crashing in.
Yeah, Wingsmith gets flying as well.
Yep.
Dan needs something pretty good.
He's going to make another servo. Considering potentially putting more than one creature in front of that cruiser.
Yeah, he's going to need to put at least 2 of those creatures up. He's also, looks like he may be lining up, well, what do my counterattacks potentially look like based on what's in his hand and what he may draw?
Yeah, that's always something to think about. I mean, he's definitely on the back foot in this game.
Yeah.
Matthias is the beatdown. But at some point you have to ask yourself, is there a way that I can get out of this by just attacking for more, even though I'm at the lower life?
Yep. And you can see he's deep in the tank now, trying to decide how he wants to handle this.
We do know he has cards like Built to Last, which plays well on both offense and defense. Unlike Built to Smash.
So now we're going to see a tricky play here from Matthias. He is going to re-crew.
Oh.
Now you can crew anytime you want, but since he's using the gear shift ace, it's going to give it first strike.
And you can overcrew, notably.
Yeah. Yeah, it already had haste and gets that free crew, but even then you can just do it again, and that's exactly what he did. This is a pretty big blowout for Matthias Hunt.
Wow, great play.
Yeah, it's one of the subtleties to the new set, and Matthias all over it, as you said, having probably done a bunch of drafts. Dan Ward may be aware of it and decided, you know, I just need to take it, or maybe he wasn't, I'm not sure. But just taking the damage didn't seem like a great option for Dan Ward there either.
No. Drops to 5.
It's pretty brutal.
He's going to get in there with the 9th Bridge Patrol.
Yeah, well, he's likely going to get out of there too. If you know, if it's going to have to go a lot better than attacking for 4 into Matthias's 20 life here.
Yes, it is.
For Dan. You mentioned Fumigate the last time, and I don't think he has one.
We've only seen one Fumigate, at least that matches we've been covering today.
Yeah, he doesn't. He just checked his list.
Okay. There you see Fumigate destroy all creatures. You gain 1 life for each creature destroyed this way. Fantastic card, if you have it in your deck.
Threats must be eliminated.
Oh, just makes me so mad, Marshall.
Well, the gremlin population got out of hand. It says right on the card.
Don't believe their lies. Aetherborn Marauder is going to take all of those counters from the 9th Bridge Patrol, making it a 5/5 flying lifelinker. Fragmentize deals with the Fleet Wheel Cruiser.
Nice.
What a, wow.
Hello, that was a big turnaround there for Dan Ward.
Sure was.
I mean, assuming that this Aetherborn Marauder is able to hang around and be on the battlefield as a 5/5 flying lifelinker, he may have just stabilized. Now, if it gets pushed out of the way even temporarily, he's pretty dead. You see him shaking his hands like, hold.
baby!
Just the once. He is facing potentially lethal damage here. Ugh, what a sweat for Dan Ward.
Yeah. Did he just pass the turn back?
Oh, he did. Has Ward seized control of this game?
Wow.
He even can attack here.
These are spots when I get very scared to attack.
Not me, man. I'm jamming with that Etherborn because that puts him up to 10. And
yeah, you're right.
Matthias has no good blocks. Even if he were able to get that Wingsmith up in the air, it would be trading 2 creatures, you know, for your 1, and you'd be gaining a bunch of life. So yeah, I like this attack from Dan. Oh, you see that draw step from Matthias? Like, oh no, what is it?
Oh, he's going to think about it.
Oh, he's going to attacks. Well, apparently it wasn't an artifact. Man, that Marauder.
That was a
boom,
great
Baneslayer
turn
Angel.
for Dan. Yes. Propeller Pioneer from Matthias.
And he's going to put the +1/+1 counter on it as well. So it does look like he wants to block.
Knocks Dan back down to 5.
Indeed.
Little game of ping pong here.
Yeah, Dan choosing not to block on the ground. And now Dan has pumped the brakes and passed the turn back to Matthias, because with that 5/5 flying lifelink, it's going to be very difficult for Hunt to actually get through and kill Ward here. Now, if he finds a removal spell, he's probably just dead. You know,
yeah.
That's just the life that Dan Ward's living here. But
that's a risk he's got to take in this position.
yeah, I think he's quite happy to be in this position, to be honest. And once again, Matthias' past turn.
Dan getting more and more opportunities to draw out of the tough spot he found himself in.
Okay.
Renegade Freighter is the play.
Decent.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, you can slam that thing into the red zone next turn and start applying pressure while leaving that Etherborn back to block.
Oof, I see a Gear Seeker Serpent in Matthias' hand.
Ooh, that's lethal.
Sure is.
Now, not this turn, but it can get unblockable the next turn and attack Dan for 5 and kill him. So Dan is going to have to attack with his Marauder next turn.
There it is.
Yeah, this is really not good for Dan Ward. He needs to find a removal spell for the Serpent.
Yeah, this is a critical moment for him.
Must attack.
Must attack.
This unfortunately leaves him very vulnerable in the air as well as to the Serpent.
Back up to 10. Revoke privileges in Matthias' hand.
Oh, that's huge.
Yep.
Oh, what an awkward end of the game for Dan Ward here. It looked like he
I
had
know,
finally
what a
stabilized.
comeback. The thing about Gearseeker Serpent is it is quite expensive to activate its unblockable ability.
That's true.
Console Skygate, the play from Matthias, 04 defender with reach.
Which doesn't do a ton to advance the board, but it does get that Wingsmith up in the air.
Yep. In come the Flyers.
It's only 8 damage, though.
Dan goes to 2. Revoke privileges on the Marauder.
So Matthias deciding to use his mana rather than on the Serpent. He's going to jump his creature, and there you go.
There's a handshake. Matthias Hunt takes the game over Daniel Ward. That was a great game, though.
Yeah, that was a really good match. We got to see both decks do what they were trying to do. Matthias Hunt's in the first game went off.
Yes.
You know, that Cloud Blazer was just bouncing on the table like a yo-yo. And then in the second game, we got to see Dan Ward kind of do his thing.
Right.
You know, and he just ran over Matthias. And
Explosive.
then the third game, it looked so close. He was so close. Didn't quite get there.
That's going to do it for round 6 here at GP Atlanta.
Play with new artifacts, crew fantastic vehicles, and invent your next ingenious deck with Kaladesh this weekend. Pre-release events are happening now on Magic Online. For more information, visit mtgo.com.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Tim Willoughby.